Am I the a-hole for showing up to my dad's funeral with a lawyer? I'm 35, male. My dad passed away unexpectedly last month. He had a massive stroke in the middle of the night. He was gone before the paramedics even arrived. We were close in the later years of his life, but our relationship hadn't always been smooth. Growing up, things were kind of complicated. When I was 15, my dad married my stepmother. Let's call her Martha. And from the very beginning, she and I did not get along. It wasn't just the usual growing pains of blending families. She actively made me feel like an intruder in my own home. Her two kids, my step-siblings, were always showered with affection and praise. Me? I was your father's little problem. Her words, not mine. I remember her telling me once, after I forgot to rinse a plate, if I had my way, you'd be off at boarding school. That kind of set the tone for the next few years. Things got better after I moved out at 18. My dad and I rebuilt our relationship. We called each other regularly. I'd visit him during baseball season and we'd watch the games together, just the two of us. He wasn't the most emotionally expressive guy, but he tried. And he always reassured me of one thing. The house will be yours one day. I built it for you. It was a beautiful craftsman-style home on a half-acre lot. Not just a building, but his legacy, or so he said. So when he died, I was crushed. But I didn't cry at the wake. Not because I wasn't grieving, but because I was too numb. Martha, however, was putting on a full Shakespearean performance. Black veil, dramatic sobbing, telling anyone who'd listen about our family's legacy and the importance of protecting the estate. I bit my tongue. It wasn't the time. But after the service, Martha cornered me near the church exit. She leaned in close and whispered, "Just so you know, the house is off the table. It's staying in the family." I blinked and said, "I am the family." She gave me a cold little smile and said, "Not anymore." At first, I thought she was bluffing, trying to rattle me, but something felt off. So when I got home, I checked the property records. Sure enough, 6 months before Dad died, she had transferred the deed to herself, quietly, without telling anyone. It hit me like a freight train. My dad had started showing signs of early dementia before he died, but I had no idea how far along it had gotten. Turns out, Martha had him sign the transfer under the guise of estate planning. There was no will filed, just her name on the deed. It felt like betrayal layered on betrayal. So I lawyered up, and thank God I did, because my attorney is a bulldog. He started digging and found text messages my dad had sent me just a few months before he died. Stuff like, "The house is yours. It's in the trust." Martha tried to talk me out of it, but I said no. Bingo. Turns out there was a trust. A legitimate, notarized document drafted a few years back with my dad's old estate attorney. One that clearly designated me as the beneficiary of the house. But when Martha was confronted, she claimed she'd lost the documents. Convenient, right? My lawyer got in touch with the original attorney who had helped draft the trust. We got a certified copy. With that and the text messages, we had a solid foundation for a legal claim. And I wasn't about to wait around while Martha played house in a property that was never hers to begin with. I showed up at the funeral with my lawyer. Not to make a scene, but because I knew if I waited, she'd find a way to bury everything. My lawyer handed her an envelope discreetly at the reception. Inside, there was a letter explaining our legal claim, a certified copy of the trust, and a cease and desist demanding she vacate within 30 days. All hell broke loose. Martha went ballistic, screaming in front of everyone. She called me a monster, accused me of looting the body, and desecrating my father's memory. My stepsister started sobbing like someone had smacked her. One of her grandkids, a teenage boy, tried to take a swing at me. He missed. Barely. I left before it could turn into an actual fist fight. It was my dad's funeral, not an episode of Succession. Since then, half the extended family has turned against me. I've been called greedy, heartless, and a vulture circling a corpse. But the thing is, I'm not after money. I don't even want the house because it's valuable. I want it because it's what my dad wanted for me. He said it over and over. He built it for me. And Martha used his mental decline to try and steal that from me. So, am I the a-hole for showing up to the funeral with a lawyer and doing what I had to do? Top comments. Comment 1. Not the a-hole. She tried to lock you out of your own inheritance. Bringing legal justice with you during condolences was cold, but that's the exact temperature in which revenge is best served. Comment 2. Sounds like she was preparing for his death like it was a vacation. You did what had to be done, not the a-hole. Comment 3. Taking a house from a grieving widow feels harsh, unless that widow forged the deed and gaslit the dead man's son. Not the a-hole at all. What did you think of this Reddit story? Do you agree with the reader's verdicts? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. We are a new channel and we really appreciate your support. We publish stories with new topics multiple times a week. From Reddit Stories Bonanza, we wish you an amazing week.